Welcome back to Joe's Stunner Boxing. Another, not a son, but a grandson of a famous fighter who's trying to make it big in the game is Nico Ali Walsh, the grandson of Muhammad Ali. It doesn't get much bigger than that in terms of what you've got to live up to. But he moved to 8 wins, no defeats with 5 KOs with a 6-round unanimous, very wide decision over a guy called EDUARDO Ayala, who I'd never heard of, an obscure fighter, 30 years of age. And this fight's at middleweight, but Mr. Ayala could go down 2 weight divisions if he trained properly, if he dieted properly. And you know what? Even though his record, he's got 9 wins, 3 defeats now, two of the 3 defeats are by stoppage. You know, he doesn't look like a bad fighter in the sense that he's not a bum. I mean, I don't like calling fighters bums anyway, but this guy's got some heart and this guy's got some effort and some motivation. But he's in the wrong weight division because Nico Ali Walsh looked, like I say, 1 or 2 divisions bigger and dominated the guy. Now, of course, Ali Walsh is, I mean, it's almost ridiculous to put any kind of weight onto his shoulders regarding his grandfather's legacy. It's far better to say, well, this is a 22-year-old kid, you know, let him find his own feet. The name opens doors, of course it does, but you've got to then take the silver spoon and turn it into a gold one. And Nico Ali Walsh seems to be, you know, making maximum effort. He seems to be learning the game because he did show a lot of good work in there today. He worked the body at times, didn't do enough of it. He didn't smother his own work when he got up close against a guy who, smaller, shorter man, shorter by 4 inches, I think Ayala was. And you might expect that when he got him in trouble, when he got Ayala in trouble, he might, you know, go in for the kill and be a bit too overzealous. But he was very busy. He did fire a lot of punches. I'm not convinced every one of those punches had any kind of thought behind it, but he was landing a lot on a guy who wasn't difficult to hit. What he lacks, Ali Walsh is a bit of power. He did have Ayala on the floor in the second round from a right hand. I think it landed on the top of the forehead, if memory serves. But he showed some good skills. What he lacks, apart from the power thing, in my view, is he needs to work on his defence, because Ayala was crude, much smaller, outgunned, but he was landing some big overhand rights, bang on the button. And if Nico Ali Walsh wants to move up through the levels, he's going to have to shore up that defence. He's too easy to hit with the right hand. A lot of them were, like I say, big swingers, big bowling ball, you know, or cricket ball, right hands that were landing, a lot of them. He perhaps got a bit greedy against the guy he could afford to get greedy against. He was standing way too square on at times, firing a good array of punches, body to head, head to body, all the usual stuff, but good to see. Good uppercut in one of the rounds. Didn't use the uppercut enough, I thought, because he had success with that in one of the rounds. He landed a very good uppercut. But in general, you know, positive stuff. He's only 22, Nico Ali Walsh, and his path is not the path of anyone else, including his grandfather. You can't, like I say, the name opens doors, but it's not. I mean, come on, man, it's ridiculous to expect him to compare him in any way to Muhammad Ali. Generations separate them. Totally different game nowadays. But this was a good learning fight. It was a good 6 rounds. Had it been 8 rounds, would he have got Ayala out of there? I don't think so. Ayala's a tough little sod. But, you know, the spare tyre around the middle, I mean, go down a division or 2, for Christ's sake, if you want to have a bit of a career. And I wouldn't fast track Nico Ali Walsh. I would let him continue learning the trade. He's clearly working in the gym. He's physically looked in, you know, good shape. Nothing wrong with his engine. He was working hard, although Ayala was throwing some stuff back, and like I say, landing. But it was more a case of Walsh's, over 6 rounds at least. Walsh had a high output, high work rate, and wasn't losing his shape really. He didn't seem to be gassing at all. But was standing too square on and was standing in the pocket a bit much. He actually did show some decent inside moves, but yeah, the opposition's going to be better, and you've got to be better, and that means incremental steps, slow, realistic goals. Don't try and run before you can walk. Don't take quantum leaps. You can't with this guy, and he could get to a decent level, I think. Anyway, what did you think? Did you see this fight? What do you think of Nico Ali Walsh? Give me your opinions below. I always like reading your comments. Thanks as always for watching the video, for your time. I always appreciate that. Hit the like button and hit subscribe if you're new to the channel. And yeah, we'll speak again soon. Bye for now.